Welcome to another edition of Your County at Work, where we bring you to the front lines of hardworking men and women of Newcastle County government. I am your host, Wayna Dobson. All right, County Exec, so today we had the walkthrough of what has been completed so far in the Route 9 Innovation Center. What are your thoughts on it?
I think they're doing a wonderful job. At the pace that they're going are going to be done this coming summer. And I think they're doing a fabulous job with following the design, and everybody that has been involved in this has done a great job designing it, funding it, building it on schedule, and the contractor that's building it doing a fabulous job.
Okay, so even though you won't be in county government, do you think you'll still play an intricate part in the completion of the building, as far as like making sure like you come when there's tours and grand openings and things of that sort?
I'll come anytime invited. I think it's already an automatic pilot. All the contracts are let, and I think it'll go well with the next administration. I think they'll enjoy it and appreciate the work.
All right, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
All right, so Steve, this is like so amazing. When we first started Your County at Work, there was absolutely nothing outside.
Right.
And here today we're standing with structure up. So tell the audience your job here at the Innovation Center.
Okay, sure. I'm Steve Rubel. I'm the project administrator with Special Services at Newcastle County. And absolutely, this is very cool, because in just 3 months we've gone from just having a slab to everything that you see here. So it's very cool. We're going gangbusters. Things are moving, and it's cool to see things really come to fruition after so much time, so much preparation.
Yes, most definitely. And it's good that, when we walk through here, you definitely have to have a vision. Mm-hmm. So when they talked about the black box room and the cafe, and so you had to kind of visualize, since it's just the structure of it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and as things progress, you'll get more of a feel of what the space is really going to be like. So yeah, hopefully in a few months we'll be to that point here on this part of the building, and then as things move around toward July, we'll be doing the same thing there. So
okay,
yeah.
All right. So I know I mentioned the black box, which is like a theater. I mentioned the cafe. What are some other things that's going to take place in this side of the Innovation Center?
Well, we've got a police substation designed for this area, so we're really hoping that we can have them occupy that space. We've got a teaching kitchen actually behind the cafe, so that'll be an area where not only that will serve the cafe, but students can come in and get taught in the culinary arts. We've got a scriptorium, a bookatarium that's kind of like a planetarium slash book area. We've got a vintage room for senior citizens, the children's area. We've got a Lego room that's going to be very cool. All kinds of neat things through the library. So it's going to be pretty exciting, as things progress.
All right, so Steve, this Innovation Center will definitely go down in history as a hallmark that County Executive Thomas P. Gordon did. So what's your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I would agree. I think for all of us, this is really going to be like a legacy, a touchstone, if you will, of all of our careers. It's such a special project, and it's going to have such an impact on the community with all the cutting-edge resources and technology and the special spaces within this building. It's definitely going to be a legacy for all of us.
So, you were an intricate part about this, with this project. Let's talk about the personal touch that you've gotten from doing this.
Oh, it's been really special for me because for me, having a project that touches the community so much, and it's going to have such an impact on the underserved community of Newcastle. It just means so much when you do a project that's going to have that kind of impact. It's just going to be a really special project, and we're all just really excited about it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for all of your dedicated work that you've done. All right. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
All right. So now I'm here with Samuel L. Guy, who is the Chief of Staff for Newcastle County Government. And so today, I've been saying this, and I know I can't say it enough. I am like really elated of the progress that has taken place here at the Innovation Center on Route 9. So when you walk through the makeshift door, like what was your first impression?
My first impression was just happiness. I was elated because we do all kind of things in the executive office that we're part of. And things like this are so tangible. And the possibilities of the people who don't have a lot having an opportunity for years and decades to grow and develop in ways where nobody ever did this before, it really just makes me have like 10,000 pounds worth of greater appreciation for the vision of Tom Gordon and his administration to fight through and be involved in having an asset like this developed here on the Route 9 corridor. This is like national news, international news.
I agree. And I think for you and I, it might be a little deeper than it is for others because we both, I mean, I was born and raised in Dunleaf and you were right down the street. And just to see the vision come to fruition and the opportunity that those that live in our neighborhoods and those outside of our neighborhoods can come and take advantage of.
Absolutely. And the thing about it is that, you know, every neighborhood throughout Newcastle County, there are similar stories where he's developed assets, whether it's parks or whatever that particular community needed that they didn't have. And it's like all across the board. But right here in this community, education and a place to learn and to innovate and to be technologically savvy, it's sorely needed and it's here.
Yes.
I'm just happy.
Me too. Okay, so now I'm here with Josie Roy, and Josie has been a part of the Innovation Center because she works through community service. So Josie, during your time with community service, tell me what part you played in helping out with the Innovation Center.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank you for the interview. I think I played a part, I wouldn't say a major part, working with community services, working with the administrators there, Diana Brown and Sophia Hansen as the general manager. And throughout the whole time within the Route 9 corridor, being a major part of all the meetings that have taken place and everything that has taken place to be a part of this library. So I think I played a major part. It's been interesting. I've been to every meeting at the Powell Center, every meeting that they have. So I think my part as EEA has been being a part of everything that has taken place in community service as far as the library. And also with the meetings that take place within the community, the civic association meetings that have played an intricate part in the library.
I had shared with Sam, it gives us a greater appreciation, one, because I grew up in the neighborhood, you still live close by the Innovation Center. So I was sharing, like we kind of have a greater appreciation for the Route 9 Innovation Center being right here, right in our neighborhood.
Right. And I think one of the things that we need to really look at with this library now being here, and people will take pride in their neighborhood. If you looked at what had taken place on this corridor, now they have something to look up to. And I think people will take now and better themselves within the neighborhood to make sure that the neighborhoods are kept up and to be a part of this wonderful library and that's taking place on this Route 9 corridor.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, so I know I keep telling y'all I'm excited, but I'm really excited now to be able to interview Frank Cook Jr., who is affectionately known as Cookie. I looked up to Frank. We lived right behind one another, and Frank actually used to be a police officer. So the children in our community would be so excited when we saw the first officer come through our neighborhood on a horse.
That's right. Back in 1985 is when I started with the Mounted Patrol, which was funded at that time with HUD. And Tom Gordon got me a chance to be on the horses and come back to my neighborhood. And I always wanted to service my neighborhood. Originally from Dunleave, I think that this historical community that we have in the state deserve a library that is being built like it is today.
So when you were, let's talk about the difference that it's going to make having the Innovation Center strategically located on Route 9.
Well, historically, a lot of things have happened on Route 9, up and down on Route 9. This corridor is very, very vital to the state of Delaware. But the most important thing is it's very vital to the community when it comes to education and getting our next generation ready for today's problems and issues of the day. Dealing with IS, computers, reading skills. We need that today in this area. And it serves all of Route 9, including Collins Park, Swanwick, Hamilton Park, all the way down to South Bridge. And it's very, very, very vital at this time in this century.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your time. And I know that you'll definitely continue to check in on the library, make sure that everything is going as planned, correct?
This will always be my community. Right. And this is, as we say, this is my hood. Yeah. And I respect everybody in this area. Yeah. Thank you.
I know. Wait a minute. Before we go, I can just imagine my grandparents and your mom and all of those that were original people that lived here in the community, how proud they would be to definitely call this their home.
Absolutely. You know, Dunleave has a lot of historical things in it. We have judges that came from Dunleave, athletes that came from Dunleave, and this is a time that we can be recognized for the whole state of Delaware, if not just Delaware, for the whole nation. This is a very important thing that's going on here in Newcastle County.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. All right. Now I'm here with Chuck Dubs, who is the architect for this fabulous facility. So if you would let our audience know what firm that you are with.
I work for Tetra Tech Architects and Engineers, and we're in Newark, Delaware.
And so when you got I know that there was a process that you had to go through in order to be the architect here, but once you got the call that you were going to be the architect firm, tell me that feeling that you got when you got the call.
Oh, it was a wonderful feeling. We were very excited. We know it's a very important building for the community, for the county, and we are so thrilled to be part of it, and we're very blessed by the whole experience.
So as far as the progress, I know you can put things down like this is something that your firm did?
Yep.
Okay. So when you put it down on paper and then you see it coming to fruition, how does that make you feel in your firm?
Well, this is what we live for, is to see it go from a design concept to construction drawings to the actual building. And then actually an application for the user groups, for the community. That's what we live for. And you know, the evolution of the project is all has very exciting moments and lots of complicated moments that we also love. It's part of. But the most exciting part is seeing it being used, and especially on a community-based building.
One of the things that I truly appreciate is that it's not going to be your typical library / innovation center. It's going to have like a different look to it, something that has never been seen, I don't believe, in the state of Delaware.
We like to think that's in fact what it's going to be. It's got a very unique design. We had a design partner with us, Perkins and Will Architects. They were also a major force in the design of it. But yeah, I mean, we think it's a very unique building. We think it's going to be a great, iconic form for the community, for the county, and we think that there'll be a lot of pride relative to it.
All right. Well, thank you so much in the part that you and your firm had to do with the Innovation Center.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Okay, so now I'm here with Angela Harris, and Angela is a part of the executive office. So Angela, I know that being a part of the executive office, you had a lot to do with making sure that the county exec had the appointments and sign off on the paperwork and those type of things. So how does that make you feel being a part of the administration that had the vision to bring this Innovation Center?
Very proud. I'm very proud to have been with the county executive, Thomas P. Gordon, being a part of the very beginning of his vision, seeing his vision come to fruition, knowing that this library will be admired by all the surrounding states and that it exists because of him. So I feel proud. It's history. It's history for Route 9. It's history for the state of Delaware. And I know that it sets an example that everybody matters no matter where you live. And that's why Thomas P. Gordon would be one of the greatest men that I've ever known. And I'm just proud to have been here, and I'm proud to be here today.
All right. I like your hat. You had people sign off on it.
Signed by the architecture of this event, by Tom Gordon, and by the ones here who had a part in this, because I want to keep this. Like I said, this is a part of history, and it's a part of Thomas P. Gordon's legacy. And I'm proud to be a part of it.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. All right. So Antonio Prado, the Director of Communications. Today, you have been behind the camera, and I just thought that because this is probably our last Your County at Work, I wanted you to come from behind the camera.
Yes, thank you, Wayna. And let me just say, it has been an absolute pleasure working with you these past couple years for NCC TV. You've done a tremendous job. You brought a lot to NCC TV. We also got Josue Ortega here, another crew member. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And it's been fun covering this library's construction. It's a tremendous feat that, under the Gordon administration, and we've covered that regularly. And, so it's kind of crazy, kind of surreal to see it all coming to a head now.
I know, because when we first started, it was just land, and then it was the foundation, and yeah, so it was a pleasure and definitely an honor to share with our taxpayers about the building of the Innovation Center.
Yeah, and let me just say, you talked to Steve Rubo a little bit ago. I'm gonna shout out to Steve. Steve, he built the studio for us, and the hardworking men of Department of Special Services. I can't say enough about them. And that's what your show has been all about, bringing you to the front lines of the hardworking men and women of Newcastle County government. County government, you can say whatever you want, but they get the job done efficiently. If you don't believe me, just look around. I mean, and at this state-of-the-art library that's being constructed.
So when we talk about Route 9, period, we cannot say it without mentioning Councilman Jay Street.
Yes. I'm glad you brought that up, Wayna. Councilman Street has been advocating and fighting for a library on the Route 9 corridor for a long time. And when Tom Gordon came back to office, he was a natural partner. He and Jay Street, they're both, of the same ilk. They're of the people, by the people, for the people. And, it was like a match made in heaven. They have worked hard to, bring this to fruition. And, my hat's off to Councilman Street and Executive Gordon, for making this library a reality. It's going to have state-of-the-art technology. Yeah, it's going to have some books. Right. It's a library, folks. But it's going to have this, state-of-the-art technology that helps people research, whether it's students doing their term paper or, people looking for jobs, and who knows what's going to happen in the Route 9 corridor as a result of this anchor it's the anchor really of the Route 9 revitalization. And, before you know it, you might see small businesses pop up and who knows what else. And it's exciting to see.
Right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you so much.
Anytime. And thank you for watching NCC TV.
And Tony will probably be using the library to look for a job. This brings us to a conclusion of another episode of Your County at Work. On behalf of all of us at Newcastle County, thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Wayna Dobson, signing off.